Well, hello, everybody. And I know this is going to be a little bit of a different situation for you, but we're going to do the live stream. I'm out camping tonight. So I did not want to change this live stream or the date because of how it was set up. I think many of you might think I'm a little crazy, but we'll get there to some degree. But if there's background noise, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people coming and going, so it's just kind of something we have to deal with. But let's go ahead and get started. I thank everybody for being here. I cannot see very many comments, so please bear with that. If my moderators can and there's something in there, will you please let me know? And I'm going to go ahead and bring our guests up. So we have Bloo from Bloo Self-Reliance.
Hello.
Dale from Acre Family Farm. Kris from KrisandLarry Homestead.
Hello.
And the illustrious Mitchell from Hendrickson Family Farm. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Okay, so before we get into it, there's two things I want to bring up real quick. Number one, congratulations to KrisandLarry Homestead for your 10K. You guys had your giveaway today. It was wonderful, and I thought it was outstanding. So good job.
Thank you.
The other thing I would like to bring up, and Kris, you're going to have to help me because I've now forgot 90% of what you told me. But Kris's kids have been part of a program, and I'm going to let her tell it real quick. Go ahead, because I think they deserve credit for what they did do.
Yeah, no, it's through our Fair Foundation, and I'm sure Dale knows a lot about this, being a Fair president as well. But my kids they do volunteer work as part of their raising of livestock, and they went and cleaned up every morning after the rodeo, which we've got the world's oldest rodeo here in Prescott, Arizona. It's been going on since 1880 something, every single year. And so they did a cleanup. And the Rodeo Foundation actually donated like $270 a kid. So that goes as an add-on towards their animals. So it'll go towards all their stuff for next season, and all their feed and everything is an add-on. Awesome. So they'll be getting, when they sell their quail and that at the fair this year, they'll have an extra $270. So I'm really
awesome.
Yeah, it was thrown out to 100 different kids, and only my children showed up because, well, I drugged them along. I drugged them along.
So my children, I've been a fair board president for 5 years.
Yes.
So my children have done everything.
Yeah. No, I was really impressed with them because I didn't get any complaints out of them. They didn't know the money was coming. They thought it was just their volunteer hours. So not only did they get their volunteer hours, but they got a chance to earn that extra add-on. So I'm real proud of them. On top of everything else.
That's awesome.
When Kris told me about that, and my brain processed around over 100 kids being asked to do it, and hers were the only ones that showed up. Force or not, they still showed up, and they reaped the benefit from what they did do. So in the end, it was well worth it, and I wanted to give them some recognition for that, because I think that's something we don't have today, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, one of the hardest mornings was getting there, and the football field that they were at was completely full because they had Ned Ledoux was actually doing a concert the night before, and so we had a country music singer there, and the kids were like, "Oh my God, look at the garbage!" Like, but they did a great job. So
just
do you see it?
Yes, I am, and I'll put this up. Pineapple asked, "Are you in the car?" I am in the car. That's exactly where I'm at.
He's trying to make a quick escape.
Because I'm really nervous, but we'll get to that in a second. And where is she at? There is my snobby canning sister. She showed up. Nice to see you. Inside joke. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready for this?
Sure.
Are you ready? Handle right now.
Let me let everybody in on what's going on tonight, because I did see Mouse Toes original comment of what have you done. I've been doing the Q&A not normal now for 3 weeks, and I get a lot of comments in email. How come you don't answer the questions? How come you don't respond to all of the questions that are being answered? And if you guys noticed this last week, I did try to answer a couple, but it's not about me, in all honesty. You guys are on my show because I want people to get to know you. If they want to get to know me, they can get a hold of me and know that, okay? So, painstakingly, I agreed. I agreed.
I love that. That was the most evil laugh ever.
I
That's
have agreed.
awesome.
Okay, stop now.
All right.
I have agreed to be in the hot seat. So these 4, since they have been put through my punishment, were the 4 selected to ask me questions tonight. So the way we're going to do this, I'm going to start just based on the order of the way the pictures are laid out. Blue will start. Dale will have the next question. Kris will have the following question. And Mitchell will have the 4th question. Once that's done, we'll start over and recircle again. I ask no personal questions, and you guys know what I mean by that. Some of what's out there is out there, and that's fine. The other thing is I get 2 passes. That's my rules.
Can you call a friend, phone a friend?
I'm going to call it phone a friend, and he told me to get off the screen. That's what it is.
We're not as cruel as you think we are.
No, I don't. I get that, but here. Okay, let me put it to you this way, so you guys all understand where I'm at. I wouldn't have put you 4 up here if I didn't trust you. Okay. Yeah. Aside from being in a car, I wouldn't have put you up here in this position if I didn't trust you. Okay. And do remember, Mitchell, do remember turnabout is fair play. So
Yeah. I've had a long day, so I have a good excuse.
we'll see how much we have to excuse you. Okay. All right, go for it, Blue. You're in the start.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
Alrighty. Okay, I got a lot of my questions off a psychology website.
Okay.
But they are supposed to be fun questions.
Okay.
I'm not sure quite how fun they are, but okay. But, because it was 4:00 in the morning and I couldn't figure things out because my brain was leaking out my ears still. Right. So, what do you like to do to waste time?
My own definition or my family's definition?
Oh,
both.
Okay. My definition would actually have to be I'm a binge watcher person. So if I get into a series of a movie, or if it's into a TV miniseries, or I'll give you a good example. House of Cards, I seen on Netflix one time. By the end of the weekend, I had the whole 5 seasons watched. That's the type of thing I do. Okay. Now, my family says I sit on YouTube too much, so I'll let you guys decide on that. So,
is there such a thing as too much?
Again,
it's
all relative, right? It's all relative.
Exactly.
All right, Dale.
All right. Well, this is actually like a 3-part question in one.
Oh.
So.
Oh, nice sneak in there. I like how you did that.
This is my version of another type of a question, but so it is keep one, sell one, scrap one.
Ooh.
Here are your choices.
Now hold on, so I make sure I understand.
Yep.
I have to keep one, I have to sell one, and I have to scrap one. And I'm assuming you're only going to give me 3 choices.
Bingo.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
36-inch brand new Blackstone,
Ooh. Okay.
a brand new KitchenAid mixer with all attachments.
What can
Or-
you define? Can you define all attachments?
Like all the
Everything.
attachments.
All the
Anything
attachments. Okay.
that you can
Okay.
put on a
I'll go.
KitchenAid counter and the All-American canner, the largest one.
You know what? I'm very impressed with that question and those choices. That's actually very good. Well, in all honesty, I'm gonna say I'm gonna scrap the Blackstone because I can still accomplish the same effect not having it. Okay, the KitchenAid.
So
What
now
were-
you
it
have
was-
to keep one, and you get to keep one, and you got to sell one.
Okay, that's a hard one. I'm going to say where I'm at currently, I would actually sell the All American and keep the KitchenAid because most of what I do is done with a mixer of some sort, and I can go get an All American. So,
Tony, you and I were on the same on that one.
good question, though. I liked it. That was good. Kris.
All right. So mine kind of goes along with Blue's with the time wasted, but I want to know what your guilty pleasure is.
Ooh.
I know that mine is sitting watching YouTube eating hot tamales.
Yum!
What is your guilty pleasure? So it's something that I know Blue was talking about, wasted time. And that's a lot of times what guilty pleasures are.
Mhm.
Right.
What is a guilty pleasure that you do have that if wife and kids weren't around, not necessarily wasting time, but what do you always, what is that thing you do? So mine, like I said, mine's YouTube and hot tamales, which is what I was doing this afternoon.
Well, okay. I'll be, and I wasn't going to be honest, but I'll be honest, and there's a reason why, and you'll understand. And for those that don't know, I apologize if this makes me a bad person, but I smoke, and so if I can sit down and a very quiet night, sit outside, no motorcycles going up and down Main Street, no punk kids over at the skate park and their loud music, and just enjoy my cigarette and just take the scenery in. That's probably honestly
That's
my
your
guilty pleasure.
Mm.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, here we go, Mitchell. It's your turn.
Oh no, he's muted.
You're muted though.
Oh,
Is that better?
yep.
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So Kris kind of stole mine, so now I have to kind of rephrase it. So,
Okay.
what is your guilty pleasure while on YouTube, not in your genre? What do you watch outside of your genre?
Oh,
Somebody's moving a car next to me, so if it gets too loud, I'm sorry.
good.
Ooh, that is a good question. Okay, here we go. And I told somebody this the other night. I just don't remember who it was. I could sit and watch YouTube landscaping. Let's go do this for free for a house videos for hours and not
We
be
were
disturbed
talking
by
about
that.
that.
Yes, that's what I found. I have found myself when it's time for me to mellow down. There's one of two things I do. I either watch the landscaping videos or I got because I use headphones when I go to bed because it's an auditory thing for me. Or I listen to rain dropping gently. That's how I go to sleep. So
Nice.
that's me.
I like it.
All right.
That's very cool.
Okay. Now we got a 50-minute breather before the next round of questions.
No.
Oh, you wish.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, Blue, you're up.
Okay. What is the question that people most ask you?
Oh.
I would think I went right to it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, actually, there's two questions, but I'll go with this one just because I don't have to do a lot of explaining in the second one.
Okay.
As a guy, why do I can? Because it's not a man's world, if we want to be honest about it.
Okay.
And mine didn't. I've always liked to cook. I've always liked to do those types of things because to me I wasn't the carpenter, I wasn't the mechanic, I wasn't that type of person, but I always knew that I could rely on cooking at some point in time, whether it was for myself when I was single or when I got married for my family. So that's why I did it. I got into canning really because my wife's mom started showing me a few years ago many years ago, before she passed away. And when we got to 2019, I thought there's no way possible. We were wasting a lot of food, but it was because it was going bad really fast.
Mm.
And I knew that I could do it. I just had to get in there, and that's what got me into it. I never in a million years, and I am here to tell, I don't care how many guys stand in front of me, I never in a million years thought I would enjoy doing it as much as I do.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2020 happened. Now we're at where we're at. Now it's necessity. Now it's not that I don't enjoy it, but the necessity is there more than it was when I started doing it. So there's my answer.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Wild Nature Farm just
my
said.
my son's going to join us. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay.
Wild Nature Farm said, "You're my hero. If my husband offered to help me can, I'd faint in shock." Yeah.
And actually, Mouse Toes and I, who's in the room in the chat, we had a conversation a while ago, and she said one of the struggles I'm having, without going into a lot of detail about it, is I'm in a woman's world. I'm not in a man's world, and she's right. There's an honesty and a reality to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize how minimal the man's injection into that world is. I mean, a lot of people think that men do it and women do it, and that's just the way it is. That's not the case, in all honesty. But that's my answer.
You know, Tony, I will tell you, my dad taught me how to cook. My dad taught me how to barbecue and grill, and my dad taught me how to can. I will tell you that. My mom doesn't do any of that. She burns water.
Bless her.
We still lived. We're good.
Yeah, everything's fine still. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Dale, your turn.
All right. So, my next one. What was your childhood favorite food and your most hated food?
Well, first and foremost, I'll go to the latter and then the first one. I'm on my live right now, guys. Spinach, cooked spinach. My mom, every time we had spaghetti, the cooked spinach was on that plate, and I would sit there
like
and
out
I
of
would
the can,
or the side.
out of the can. Yeah, She nowadays she says, no, that's not true. That's not how it went. Well, that's what my brain tells me happened. I'm just going to tell it to you that way. Okay. I love raw spinach. I love it. I don't have a problem with it, but I cannot to this day eat canned spinach. And it got to a point where I would eat spaghetti and I would taste spinach. That's how bad it got for me.
Wow.
Okay. My favorite food as a kid. Well, okay, that's a hard one, and I'll tell you why. There's a very short story to that. We didn't have a lot of money. We didn't. My mom was a bartender raising 3 kids. That's the way our situation was. So we didn't have a lot of money. So when mom would bring, like she would be able to get like a sandwich and fries or something, and she'd bring half of it home so that we could share it with her. That's the things I enjoyed. because it was a memory that stuck in my head and still does to this day. So
That's awesome.
I hope that answered your question.
No, perfect. And
Okay.
I agree with you. The canned spinach, no, thank you.
Yeah. It's to
Love
the
fresh
point now
spinach.
where canned spinach, and I've had this conversation with tons of people. When I eat cooked okra, I taste the same thing. That's why I can't eat okra. I don't even go near it. So collard greens, same thing. No, thank you.
Those are fighting words down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okra is like king.
I do. I really, really get it. I do. But I can't do it. I can't do it. So anyways, we'll move on. Kris.
Hi, Grace and Fire. Grace and Fire's leaving.
See you later.
Okay. When you look at your wife, what song comes to your head?
Oh,
He brought up song ones with all of us. So it's
dude, that's a really cool one.
I know.
I was actually gonna say what our wedding song was, but I'm not going to, because I'll tell you why. We've been married 27 years, and our lives have drastically changed from what they were 27 years ago. And I'm gonna go with "You Are the Sunshine of My Life," because I see her smile. She takes care of the kids.
Too early for the fields, man. It's too early in the morning for the fields.
Sorry. Blue, where's the tissue?
We're soft
There it
brothers. We're soft brothers together. That's all that matters.
I love that. I love that that's what you see your wife as. And to me, that is just a phenomenal feeling from both here and from here.
Yeah.
So that is amazing. I already got you emotional. See, and I'm doing it too now. It's gonna be a cry fest tonight, you guys. All right,
I wouldn't be where I'm at or the person I am without her, and that's the honesty. So
absolutely. Okay, Mitchell, make him laugh. Please make him laugh. I did.
For the love of God.
Okay, so now I will stray from my original question. What skill?
Hold on just a second.
Hang on.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, you have a photo
skill?
bomber. We were summing up.
I know, that's my little guy. Turn the light on so they can see you. This is my son Isaiah. Some of you know him, some of you don't. So
Hi, Isaiah.
and that's Kris, that's Mitchell, that's Blue. You know Blue, and then Dale. You've talked to all of them with me. So okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So
glad to see you guys. He said.
What?
He said, "Glad to see you guys." Sorry.
Well, very nice.
Glad to see you too.
Go ahead.
So, what skill do you not have that you wish you would have learned as a young adult or a teenager?
That's a hard one. I'll answer your question, obviously, but it's a hard one because to me, there's so many things I didn't get the opportunity to learn that I wish I had of.
Mm-hmm.
But where I'm at now in my life, I think I wish I would have went to culinary school, because the passion I have for it now, I wish I had done it 40 years ago and started into it. I mean, in all honesty.
So I'm not gonna take that answer, because I kind of feel that you're in that genre, and I think you need to think outside of that you don't have, because I've watched your cooking videos. I've watched your cooking videos, and I think that you have that already.
Okay, valid point, and I'll give to it. But you have to accept the next part. Okay. I wish I would have learned carpentry, mechanics, and I would have learned how to, and I'm not getting sappy on you, but to trust and love a person based on their own merits. Those are three things I did not learn growing up, and I wish I had.
Awesome.
I'll take that one.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to have that one.
You got.
Okay, Blue, your turn.
Blue, make him laugh, please. I made him cry. Make him laugh.
You see where it went?
I'm looking through them to try and find one that's not going to hit the feels, man.
You guys are funny.
Okay. Book, movie, or theater?
Ooh.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Okay. Book, movie, or theater? You know,
Oh,
the lovely theater.
that's a crappy question.
It's the only one.
No,
that
that's
doesn't
actually a
hit you in
good
the
question.
feels,
That's a good
okay?
psychology question.
Question.
It is a great question. I just don't like the crappy answer I got to give. That's the problem. Okay, I'm a movie person. I like movies. Always have liked movies, but I have read the Stand unabridged book twice and enjoyed it thoroughly. I've read the Bible 4 times and enjoyed it thoroughly. I am a book reader. I will read books just to read them. I will read autobiographies just to get to know what a person was like. So if I had to pick one right now at the state I'm in, I would say I'm probably more of a book person. So I'll go with that.
Cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
Dale.
Oh man, so obviously a lot of mine are going to end up being like kitchen and food type because look at me, I like kitchens and food. So my next one was stranded on a desert island. What one tool are you taking from your kitchen? One instrument are you taking from your kitchen?
Spatula. I can do just about everything with that if I have to.
Can you cut a coconut?
I can, well, okay, good point. I will improvise where necessary. How's that? No, but I was sitting there thinking, because with the spatula, I can flip things over, turn things over. I can scrape them. I can crack an egg with it if I can't use my hands at the time. I can stir. I can do a lot with the spatula. So that's the one tool I think I would take.
See, I was curious about this because what are you going to cook in?
But that's not important because hold on. He's not catching me in this one because I will use the fire I built and I will use the banana leaves I cut off the tree with my spatula to cook them.
Oh, didn't think about that.
Gotcha.
I got a 16-year-old trying to say, "Oh, what are you going to do at this point? And what are you going to do at that point?" So there you go. Kris.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to come up with something that's not going to make all of us Niagara Falls again. What is your earliest happy memory that you have vivid in your mind?
The earliest, happiest memory.
Right. Something you could retell any day of the week because you remember it, everything. The smells, the colors, the sound, everything. What is your earliest happy memory like that?
Growing up, I was a kid that, well, my mom tells the story. When I was young and all the neighbor kids had started going to school, I guess I stood at the window and just bawled my eyes out because I couldn't go to school. And when I started going to school, believe it or not, I remember in first grade, it's as far back as my brain's going right now. I used to get up an hour early, get dressed, and just sit there and like, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Because I loved going to school. I like going to see my friends. I had a great teacher who, really helped us. And I that's the memory I think I remember most all the time. Constantly. I keep going back to it. Don't ask me why, but that's got to be the answer.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay. Mitchell.
So it's a 2-part question.
You guys in these split questions. Okay.
So who is the most successful person that you know, and what makes them successful?
Well, I would ask you that question first, and I'm not trying to turn it around. What's the definition of successful, though? Because I don't know a lot of people with a lot of money. I don't know a lot of people that own a lot of businesses, but I know a lot of people that are successful in everyday life. You know, in a layman sense, I would say. That's a hard one. You know, okay, let me do it this way. I became friends when I was in college. I became friends with a principal who, not a principal. I don't even know why I called her a principal. She was she was the president of the college. And she was a young lady who out of high school decided what she wanted to do, went to college, got a job, and then she moved up to what she was. I got to know her through the many positions I was in college, and we got to know each other, and she excelled, and she eventually went on to be the chancellor of a very prestigious university. And that holds to me, somebody that took the steps she did at the young age, knew what she wanted to do, walked through the steps. That's a success. Is she rich? Does she have, trademarks and all that? No, she doesn't. But for me, in the way and where I'm at my age, that's a success. And I'm going to tell you guys something else too. And I'm not trying to get all sappy or anything else, but it's an honesty of it. You four people sitting right here, as well as a large number of the people that are in the chat, I perceive as successful because you went out, you did something, you're making something out of it, and you are not stopping. Bloo has had problems, Dale's had problems, Kris has problems, and Mitchell's had problems. You guys have all stepped over them and said, you know what, I'm still going forward, and that's what you're doing. That's successful to me.
Dale, what is he doing to us?
I don't know. I mean, this is like, I'm supposed to be the happy guy. You're not supposed to see this side of me.
You know what? I got to tell you guys, hold on a second. My sister's in the chat and she'll agree with it. This is who I am. Mm-hmm. This is me. I am not fluffing stuff, okay? Because it doesn't work for me that way. So.
I've seen she was in the chat. She's like, "Oh, that's true. I'm his sister." I'm like,
I've seen that too. So I asked Dale that question when I interviewed him, and it's kind of funny. It's the similarities of the answer.
When you interviewed who?
Dale.
Oh, really?
Oh, Dale stole your question.
I phrased it a little different. But I've told a couple people that was psychology was my secondary major in college. So,
well, good.
But
see, that's the thing that attracts me to you four specifically as well. Like I said, Mouse Nose is a great one, and I see that Glenn and Jess are in. Yep. I'm attracted to you guys because you guys are doing what I wish I could do. I wish I could have X number of acres and have a farm and all that. I just physically can't do it, nor do I have the means to do it. But
dude, I don't have acres. I've got feet.
I know.
Pump the brakes here, Tony. Everybody says, let's get it. Pump the brakes here. Everybody says, let's get a farm. It'll be fun. It'll be wonderful. Yeah, animals don't care, and land doesn't care that it's a holiday.
Right.
Nor does it care that it's 103 degrees outsed.
Yes.
Or that it's going to cost you $3,000 in vet fees because they tripped over a barbed wire fence.
But there's hold on a second though. I don't, in all honesty, I'm not trying to divulge more information than I need to. I'm not talking a giant farm. I'm talking 2 to 5 acres, whatever you want to call it, something that is, I can work it. I can, whether it's a farm or a garden, I don't care what you call it, but enough space to do what I want in the soil the way that it should have been worked over the years. That hasn't been, from a construction site, and then you're trying to grow in it. I know you can, but it's hard to do it. It is really hard to do. Okay, without amending it and all this other stuff. But again, I'm back at the same thing, and I'm not trying to do this, but it's the truth. It's what I appreciate about Mitchell. It's what I appreciate about Dale. And on top of it, they have normal jobs too.
Mm-hmm.
Kris, I appreciate because you're running a business and schooling and YouTube, and you're successful at it. Bloo, I could sit and talk for an hour about the stuff that lady does. Okay. But I appreciate it, and you guys are successful. So that's
this is
answer.
supposed to be putting us, making you in a tough spot, not me.
He's just raising us up because he's gonna.
Wait till my next question.
Okay. I'll let you guys in on something else that some people may not know. Okay. I went to college, and my wife's mom passed away, and so I wasn't able to complete it. I was 15 credits short of my bachelor's degree in political science. So I have a different thought process when it comes to things. So there's the honesty of it.
So from now on, we were going to refer to Tony as the politician.
You can, but you will not hear me talk politics on my channel. But go ahead.
Exactly. Me neither. I'm staying away from that.
Yeah. I think I've told all 4 of you, as well as a couple of people in the side chat, I will sit on a phone or a video chat and have a conversation with a few people, but I will never, ever video or have a live where we talk politics. I've seen too many people and relationships and even acquaintances be ruined because of that conversation. So
exactly.
That's where I stand on that. Now, I could sit there and talk for 4 days straight about politics with somebody and not have a problem with it, but
and we kind of do quite a lot.
Yep. So
and we know
I don't even remember where we're at. So whoever's next, go ahead and ask.
It's Blue.
It's me. Blue. Okay. Yes. Right. If something in your house breaks, what is the first thing you do?
Do you want an honest answer, or do you want me to fluff it?
Honest.
I want the whole, I just stubbed my toe on the desk.
Well, I can't repeat those words, so I'll just keep it at that. I'm being honest.
That's cool.
Something breaks in my house. Bleep, 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 bleep.
And then what do you do?
Then I rationalize, how do I fix it and get out of this situation? Because it's usually something like my KitchenAid. I'm in the middle of making bread and it died right there. I got to figure it out. I'm not going to throw it away.
Yep.
So
that's what YouTube's for.
There you go. Good point. I love that.
All right.
Okay, Dale.
All right.
Get your list.
I'm trying to switch the mood here.
Yeah.
The worm or the hustle?
Hold on. Sorry. The worm or the hustle? Is that what you said?
Or the hustle?
Oh, dances.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So here's the problem you have with me. I am a product of the 70s. So.
Well, so am I. I just might have been hatched.
Okay. See, and I thought I was the only one that frolicked with the dinosaurs on their back. So, you know.
Yeah.
Not
this guy.
I'm gonna go with the hustle. I'm not a worm guy, so no. And actually, do the hustle with Van McCoy. You're better off.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Kris.
All right, you ready? This is not sad. I'm not doing sad anymore because I don't want to see you cry.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you know that I speak multiple languages or have taken multiple languages.
Yes,
so
correct.
I've done Spanish, I've done Russian, I've done. Did you not know that? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know? I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, I was exchange student in Mexico as a high schooler, and then I took Russian in college, and then I went back and did American Sign Language. So I speak multiple languages. If there's any language out there that you could choose to be fluent in, which language would you pursue and why?
Again, that's one of those hard questions, and I'll tell you why. I think for a practicality, I think Spanish would be the smartest thing to learn because of the influx of Spanish-speaking people in our country.
Okay.
I think if I had a choice just off of a whim, I really, 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 don't ask me why, have always been interested in learning Hebrew.
Oh, good one. See?
Yep.
See?
Or
Even
I'll give you a second one.
Okay.
And please, no political statements. There's a reason behind this. Not you guys. I know that I'm saying in the side chat. I would love to learn Russian, but there's a reason for it. If I'm correct, the Russian language is only built up of 13 letters. To make a language where people can talk.
No, there's more than
there's
that.
more. There's
Oh,
almost
there is more than that.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
almost,
so never mind. The point was at that I was under the impression there was 13, and I thought that's just intriguing to learn a language that only had that many letters. Thank you, Dale. I feel much better now.
The language you want to learn that is Hawaiian. There are only 16 Hawaiian letters.
Now that would intrigue me because I think it's actually something that intrigues me to Hebrew though, because my understanding is that when it's translated, there's a lot of the words we use that are gone. They're lost. They don't use them. And so literal translation of one sentence in English to another sentence in Hebrew could end up meaning the whole different thing altogether. So that's my answer. Sorry.
So I gotta break in. Was I the only one that this whole Russian discussion I was sitting there going, I'm the machine?
I know, I was too.
I took Russian when I was 2 years old, fresh out of high school. I was going to an aeronautical university. I was learning that. And man, I only know the bad words now. It's been 20-some odd years, you guys.
That's not very good.
Sign language too. So
okay, Mitchell, your turn.
So the biggest opportunity missed that you've had?
Finishing college. I wish I would have finished it because I really had a direction set out that I wasn't able to complete. But I'm also here to tell you again, and I'm not trying to get mushy on you, but what did transpire from that, I think, has taught me to be one of the best people I could be. So I would never. I made a decision many years ago that my life is what my life is, and whatever is handed down to me and opportunities are there and available or not available are there for a reason. And if I change anything in my life, it changes who I am, it changes what I think, and it changes my belief system. So I wouldn't change it, but I do think it was a missed opportunity, and I'll never know. So that's fine. Life goes on.
Cool.
Okay, Blue, it's your turn.
Okay. What is something that has been said to you that you would never in a million years say to another person?
Ooh.
I'm going to keep it clean.
Yep, that's fine.
Because I would have another answer if I wasn't keeping it clean.
Mm-hmm.
I despise somebody saying, I hate you.
Oh.
Because 90% of the time, you don't even have the foggiest clue what true hatred is.
Mm-hmm.
And to use a statement like that, I think it makes you an ignorant person for most of the time because you don't truly understand what you're saying. But I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay, Dale.
Follow up with that one, Dale.
Yeah, this is like hard. All right. So here's my
try asking 4 people these questions.
I know.
He's making notes. We're going to get these thrown back into us. You know this,
Thank
right?
you.
We've already established this several times now. I'm not the guy that has files for my files. I don't like to take notes ahead of time or anything like that. But
okay.
So, over the top of the roll or behind the roll?
What?
Huh? I'm lost. Sorry.
Your toilet
Over the
paper
top,
roll
man.
over the
wow.
top
Oh,
or
toilet
behind.
paper. You want my honest opinion on that?
Yeah.
And you guys know me. I analyze crap more than I ever need to. Okay. See you later.
Okay.
Squirrel.
No, not you guys. Nice try. I have never understood what the hell the difference was, in all honesty. Because if I'm grabbing toilet paper, I'm going to grab it regardless of what way it is.
See, Tony, I'm so OCD. I actually will change a roll.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do too.
I'm knowing people like that.
How frustrating is it to be in a public restroom like it's locked up and it's backwards?
And it's
Yes.
backwards. That irritates me. That I don't like. But usually, I mean, if you're at home, it's not that hard to just flip it over and make it right. Whatever your choice is. So,
Hey,
good question, though.
I come with the hard-hitting ones.
I actually knew a couple that broke up because of the toilet paper issue. And I was like, really? You two have no business being together if that's what you're really fighting over. So anyway.
Yeah. The diagram in the patent. Okay, so the original diagram in the patent says over the top.
It does.
It does.
So
Yep,
my
you are correct.
Asperger's autistic brain goes, that's the way it is. That's the way it
Right.
stays. Anyone does anything different, and I'll beat them to death with a plastic spoon. You know, so yeah.
I got
comments. I love you guys.
Blue. I've got to introduce you to a new weapon. It's called a spork. It's really painful.
Yeah.
I've had those taken away from me.
All righty.
Okay.
Kris.
If you could listen to one singer or one band for the rest of your life, and it's the only one you can listen to.
I can't do that.
You've done this to me. No, it's your turn. Okay. So choose one singer or one band for the rest of your life. Who would it be? And what song is it that attracted you to that band or singer?
Oh, no.
I know. Do you see what happens when you say name 3 songs that remind you of yourself?
Exactly.
I get it. That was like a slap in my face. I like that. That was good.
But I love you for it, so I had to come up with a question that was kind of like it.
But at least I was nice enough and gave you 3. You gave me one.
I want one band or one singer that's the one you would listen to forever, and their song that caused that. I can tell you mine right now.
Yeah, me too.
For some strange reason, there is one that I'm going to, and I don't know. To me, the appreciation of it had, and it's not actually a singer, in all honesty. No, I'm going to take that back. I will name one singer. Because of the heartfelt emotion and what he stood for and what he tried to do to make his people understand what was happening to them. I cannot remember how to pronounce his last name, but he's known as Iz. His first name is Israel. He's from Hawaii.
He's Hawaiian. Okay.
He's Hawaiian.
Plays the ukulele.
And yes. And he put one of his more famous songs was a cover of a mixture of Somewhere Over the Rainbow and What a Wonderful World. And that's the song most people know him about. But I actually bought his album and listened to the words in it. Mm-hmm. He was trying so hard and so desperately to get the Hawaiian people to understand that the Western culture was there to rape and pillage them, and that's all they cared about. And in the end, look what happened to them. The Hawaiian people are not what they used to be, and they're nowhere close to it. So anyways, that's why. And I love the music. I mean, I could listen to it all the time. So
perfect.
All right.
It's your turn. Your turn. You get to make him cry this time. It's your turn.
No, I'm skipping those questions. So,
yeah, he won't make me cry. He won't do that to me.
Hi, Annie.
So, favorite cut of meat
Oh.
Filet
And why?
mignon or a pork tenderloin.
and why?
I'm gonna go actually with the pork tenderloin, and I'll tell you why. Because I can make a pork chop out of it, I can make a roast out of it. I could do a lot of different things with it.
Okay.
Okay.
There's my answer.
And he's sticking to it, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys also okay, so there's another thing I want people to understand about me, and it's one of the things I'm stressing going into this collaboration we're about to enter into. I'm not a meat guy, meaning I don't even know, in all honesty, and don't laugh at me, please. I don't even know where some of the cuts of meat come from off the different animals. But I'm
Probably
slowly
90% of the people in the world don't
I
know
was
where it
going to
come
say
from.
the same thing.
I know that, but I also do a lot of cooking. And my thing in cooking, I don't care where it comes from. I don't care how it got there. I will add flavors and I will add sauces and I will add whatever till it tastes the way I want it to taste. That's what I'm after. So I don't care whether it came off the butt end, the hoof end, or the snout end. As long as I get that piece of meat I'm after, that's all I care about. Moving into this collaboration, it's like that's what I'm saying. But that's a whole nother point. So I hope that answered.
You need to know that to enjoy it.
Say that again.
You don't need to know it to enjoy it.
And I get that, and I understand that, but I am in what would be considered the cooking realm, and I think I should be more educated on it than I am. So
Okay.
that's one of the things, just so you know, that is one of the things I'm moving forward on my channel, is trying to show people what the different cuts are, how do they find them, why going to a butcher versus Walmart is a better thing to do, things like that. So
Yeah, Gathered Together down there says everyone knows meat comes from the store.
Can I tell a little short story real quick?
Yeah.
So
It's your world.
we were at a gathering, we'll say, and a lady was asking about, or someone said that you can have some chicken eggs because they're fresh and you won't have to buy them from the store. The lady refused the chicken eggs because she could get them from the store and it won't hurt the chicken.
Huh?
So I think it is important to know where the cuts and where your food comes from.
Okay, now I'm gonna interject. I'm not that dumb. Okay, that
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think it's important to know where your food comes from.
No. I
Not
actually
necessarily
agree
the
with you.
cuts.
Yeah.
I actually agree with you, because most of the people, and me and Blue have had this conversation quite a few times. Most of the people think their food is like miraculously poof. There's your meat at the store. They have no idea their meat is cut off of a pig, a cow, or whatever else it is. They have no clue.
No.
And they don't want it. They like being able to go, and they don't want the sick and gross stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah.
The reality is, I think you do need to know where your food comes from.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's really important, especially with kids. Like, I used to run a school program 20 years ago, and kids didn't even know what a carrot was or a celery was. You know, they actually didn't genuinely know what these vegetables were. You know, at 7, 8, 9 years old, they had no clue. And that's a little terrifying. You know?
It's very terrifying.
Yeah. And that was 20 years
Very
ago.
terrifying.
It's worse now.
Well, have you guys seen that TikTok video of the guy that won't drink milk because it comes from a cow? Which if that's your deal, I completely understand, and I'm not going to argue with you. But it was strawberry milk, and since it comes from a strawberry, it was fine.
What
was it? Satire?
No, it was strawberry milk.
No, was it satire? The video was it?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it like supposed to be funny?
No, it was like a real deal. Like, he was getting mad at people for leaving comments and all kinds of stuff. It was just like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Teresa Jukowitz said this. My reality check was going to a pig farm. And I think there is a reality to that, because until you go and see how it's processed, I don't mean in the sense of processing, but I mean in the sense of their daily life, how they eat, what they do, and then you go through the processing to get the end result. I'm telling you, I think there's a lot more people that wouldn't eat meat just because of that. But
Yeah.
Well, I think if you go to like integrated farming facilities, it would definitely change your mind. Like these chicken
right,
houses and hog farms are a big one. But like, I mean, Dale raises hogs. I mean, Kris, you know what it's like. My pigs have one bad day.
Exactly.
I
Yes.
mean, and so I think it makes a difference when you are looking at integrated farming versus personal farming, like small farms. I think,
right.
and I think that's where there's a huge misconception of how farming actually is.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so last night I was, not to really veer off the subject here, but last night I was on an interview channel in between, everything else.
Yeah,
And
we know.
I brought up this exact same point, that my animals have one bad day. And that interviewer flipped the script on me and said, "Is it truly a bad day when that animal served its 100% purpose from creation? Its purpose was to be food for you."
Mm.
He said, anybody that serves their purpose, how is that a bad day? And I mean, it knocked me back. I'm like, I had never really thought of it that way,
I'll leave it alone.
Okay, let's leave it at that, because we could have a long conversation on
We
that.
could.
Oh, yeah.
So Mitchell, I believe, asked the last question, so it's Blue's.
Blue.
Okay. Two-part question.
All right.
My first two-part question.
Yes.
Okay. It's the zombie apocalypse. You have 10 minutes.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Here, I'll move. The key's in the ignition.
You do a dance.
Sorry, I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine.
Okay, now it's in the ignition. Okay. All right, I'm gonna walk. So go ahead. I'm listening now.
Okay. It's the zombie apocalypse. You have 10 minutes to leave your house and get to where you need to get to, or be on your way to where you need to get to. What 5 items and what 5 vegetable seeds are you going to grab?
Wow. I'm gonna go. Okay, real quick. What was the 5 and 5 again? Just so I make sure I'm right.
Okay, so 5 items. So whatever items, and 5 vegetable seeds.
So I get 5 items and 5 vegetable seeds. Is that what you say?
So
Okay.
5 packets of seeds.
So I'm gonna go with, on vegetable seeds, I want carrots, celery, potatoes. Zucchini and radishes.
Okay.
Okay. On anything I want, are we talking food items or household
Whatever you
items?
want.
Or
It
just
could
whatever?
be household items. It could be clean undies. You know, it could be whatever you need.
So number one, not including my wife or children, excluding that.
Yeah.
You're already in the car. You're good.
They're already in the car. They're waiting for you, mate.
Okay. Clean undies would definitely be number 1. Toilet paper. That's a hard one, because if if I have those things, I can survive. If that makes any sense.
Could you though?
Could you?
What?
Could
you though?
Are you gonna be able to beat a zombie to death with some bog roll, mate? Seriously. I mean, seriously.
But see, I wasn't looking at that, and you got to remember, I also don't look at
This is not going to knock their heads off,
okay,
especially when they're fresh.
Okay, I get that, but hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Wait, there was this sign I saw, and it was outside. It was on the side of a shed, and it's where they hung all of their tools, their rakes, and their shovels, and it said "for zombie apocalypse or gardening."
Yes, I love that. That's just perfect. Perfect.
And
whichever comes first.
Were really big, and the for gardening were like really little underneath.
I love it.
I'm looking at it this way, and it kind of goes without getting into a lot of discussion about it, but I look at it this way with stuff hitting the fan. I'm more worried about protecting, not necessarily protecting, but taking care of my family and being able to fend for my family. Because if there's a zombie out there, I'm going to die. I'm not stupid. But what can I do to get them prepared and set up so if I'm not there? That's where my brain went. That's why I did that. If we got toilet paper and we got those foods, we at least can make it a little ways, as long as we can stay away from the zombie, of course. But that's beside the point. But I'm going to die from him anyway, so my brain didn't go there. So sorry. That's why I got to move. Sorry.
Bye, Teresa.
Bye, Teresa.
Okay, my turn.
Yes. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go here. Breakfast or first of the morning drink? Coffee, tea, or chocolate milk?
Oh, coffee. That was easy.
Okay.
Just telling you.
Why?
Why? Because if it's 100 degrees outside, then iced tea is perfect. And I won't
but hold on a second. If it's 100 degrees outside, you shouldn't be drinking iced tea. Medically speaking, you should be drinking a hot drink.
You're not from the South, buddy.
Yeah.
24/7.
Hey, who is giving the answer here and who's asking the question?
For me, I love my coffee. Like, I have to live with coffee. I love my tea, but first thing in the morning, I'm a kid at heart. I gotta have chocolate milk.
And brownies.
Where's the kitchen? Huh? Where's the kitchen? Right here. Okay, who's next?
Okay, it's me. So, what was your ultimate favorite childhood movie that you can still watch all the time?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, one of my favorite films.
I will give you that one. That is a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. See, mine was Goonies. I'm a Goonie. I've always been Goonie.
Goonies a good one too.
It is, but it's not.
Goonies,
you got to remember.
I actually just watched that with the kids the other night.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys my little input on this. So when Johnny Depp was in the new Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, in all honesty, I appreciated it, but it was for a different reason. If I compared the two, it was like watching Tim Burton's Nightmare on Christmas or whatever that was. Nightmare Before Christmas. Thank you. In comparison to the original. But then that's not saying it was a bad thing. It's just saying that's the comparison I have. So
yeah, but the newer one's closer to the book.
Lisa,
it is, and you are correct.
It's more accurate to the book than the original. Yeah,
you are very correct. Yep. Okay, who's next?
Goonies never say die. You have to watch it. Lisa. That's like the best.
You gotta watch the Goonies.
Actually, on the back of my Suburban is the Goonies skull and crossbone, and it says "Never Say Die" underneath it on a little sticker on the back of my Suburban.
That's funny.
I'm a Goonie. Thank you.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
you're at a restaurant. You order a steak. Medium, well, or well
medium
done?
well. Medium well.
No, medium, well, or well done?
I'll go with medium then.
I'd be saying you burnt your meat, mate.
Yeah.
Blue's my sister. Blue's
Yeah.
my sister.
What?
I'd be saying you've burnt your meat, mate.
On a well or a medium? I mean.
Yeah.
Burn.
I like my steak running around the field, answering to the name
No,
of Daisy.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I want it cooked. That's the whole point of putting it on a grill. I don't want it to moo at me every time I poke it with a fork.
I want it right after. I want it right after the point that it quits mooing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're one of those guys where, and then you're ready to eat it?
Red gravy, mate. All the way. Red gravy.
No.
Yep.
No
I'm
gravy.
good.
And for someone who's mostly vegan, I upset a lot of people with that.
Luna, stop. You're fine. You guys are hilarious.
Including my carnivore husband. He's like, how can you do that?
So is that Glenn or Jessica? Because I'm going to go with Jessica by the comment.
I'm going to go
Just
with
kidding.
Jessica.
It's a
by the
joke.
comment, too. I agree.
It's
Yeah,
a joke.
And first
says
of all,
Mrs.
that's
Lazy
not
Day.
what's on the plate because that was gone from it.
Okay, who's next?
It's Glenn.
Glenn.
Sorry,
Oh, this
it's
is opening up a
me.
new one for me.
No, I'm good.
Okay. If you were a sweetie or candy, whatever you want to call it.
A
would
what?
you be? If you were a sweetie or a candy, which is what you call it, candy, what would you be and why?
A Hershey Kiss. Why not?
Because it looks like a poop.
Perfect.
What?
It looks like mouse poop. Like a little mouse came along and did a little poop.
Okay, you didn't ask me to describe why I thought it was a good candy. You asked what it would be.
What you would be. So you melt easily.
Uh-oh, we're losing your sound, Tony.
Oh no, sound is going, buddy.
No, you're not. I'm eating, so I'm trying to muffle it. Sorry.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
I would still stick with that for the answer. That's the answer I'm going with.
No shot.
That's cool. I was just being a smart ass, so you know.
Because
I'm only just waking up.
there's kids around me, and I won't tell you why melted chocolate's a good thing, but we'll just leave it at that.
That's the man. Right.
there he is.
Okay, Dale, your turn.
Okay.
Lost Dale.
Oh, that's funny.
Mitchell opened this up with the steak question.
It just
Uh-oh.
Sauce or no sauce?
On my steak? Is that the question? I'm just making sure.
Okay.
On my
Okay,
steak.
Yes.
hang on a
Oh,
second.
no
Let's-
sauce. No
Let's
sauce.
clarify. What are you talking about sauce on a steak?
Anything.
Because you started talking about the steak, so you opened the
Anything.
door.
Any sauce.
and Dale, he is blushing. I can see him.
That's as close to the rated R you got to worry about, and I won't go any further. You're fine. No sauce because I want to taste that steak. I want to
All right,
taste.
you're a robot, my friend.
You're a robot.
You're a robot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where's a good spot. Sorry.
Okay.
Is that better?
No.
Nope.
All right, Dale, come on, do it. Ready?
Depends
is that
on
any better?
who's cooking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay. I'm going to stand right here then.
Kind of better.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of better. Halfway there.
Okay. How about
Take a
right there?
step to the right.
Better. Now hold your one arm up like this.
Stand on one leg.
And hop.
You know, when you said that, actually, I thought of something. I thought of that movie Coming to America, and that lady sitting there going, ooh, 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 ooh,
Yes!
ooh, ooh.
Whatever you like.
Oh my god! That's brilliant.
Movie.
Okay,
But-
go ahead.
So
Awesome.
did
Go ahead.
you get?
I
did you get what I meant?
said no sauce because I want to taste it, the flavor of the meat and the seasoning put on it.
I'm telling you, if I have to use steak sauce, any kind of steak sauce,
It's not
I'm
a
sending
steak.
it back. I'm throwing it away.
I get you.
100%.
Now, actually, for me, in all
Very
honesty,
good.
I love A1 and I like Heinz 57, but not on my meat. I use it on other things.
Oh, he's robotic again on us.
I like
Sorry,
suntan
I'm trying not
lotion.
to.
Wow.
He need it down here.
Whose turn is it?
Kris.
It's mine.
It's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I don't know what there's not a. I don't think.
I would love to have the ability to not have people suffer and help them that way.
Good one. Very good.
And I'll tell you, it's for me, it's one of the things that's. I'm going to move out here. Maybe it's a little better.
No,
No,
you're
you're
perfect.
fine. You're fine. You're fine. Don't move.
Don't move.
Not
Okay,
moving.
I'll back up. I'll back up. I'll back
Don't
up.
move.
I'll back up. Am I still okay?
Watch out for that bear and just out camping. But
Okay.
Yeah. Just chuck him some chocolate. You'll be right.
No, I'll melt. Remember, we already had that conversation.
I forgot.
I would say I want to say it that way because I think the honesty of it is that people suffering is the hardest thing to get through because you can't do anything for them.
Yeah.
You can't help them. They got to get through it themselves. You can be there to console them. You can be there to help them through it, but you're not going to fix what the problem is. So,
This is very true.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mitchell,
So, if you were staring in a mirror, and we'll keep this PG, just mind you that.
okay.
What are you most insecure about yourself?
Oh, my weight. I mean, honestly.
I got you, babe.
That's the honesty.
I like to eat. We're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's what it is.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't get here. I'm not going to sit here and show you because you can't see anything anyways. But my body did not come this way because I hated food. There's the honesty of it.
Me too, brother.
Nah.
Me too.
So,
I am.
yeah,
Glenn.
Mitchell is ready for bed because he had a long night last night.
Bless him.
Oh, he did.
Okay. Blue. So we'll do one more round of questions because I don't want people to think I'm going to keep them here forever.
Okay.
So we'll start
Okay.
with Blue.
Now I got to come up with a great last question.
All right. What is your greatest achievement?
Adopting my children.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. I don't care what else I do in my life and what I have done in my life. That is the best thing in my life. So.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm giving you one answer, but it's the honesty of it. So.
No, I want to go back and look at the comments here. The one
Yeah.
thing you could change, Glenn, is your bald head. For real?
I get it.
Larry shaves his head to make it bald, so because he's got like
What is Mitchell doing down there?
Years, so And Auslander is saying I'm sticking to big bones. Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
why
I'm not fat. I'm big bone.
exactly.
Yes. I'm not fat. I am pleasantly plump. Thank you very much.
Fluffy. I'm just fluffy.
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 I'm not
yes,
a marshmallow
fluffy.
guy, so fluffy doesn't work for me. All right, Dale.
All right, I'm going to throw this one at you because I know it is a trigger. iPhone or Android?
Android.
Why?
Android.
Because I can't stand the iPhone. They're proprietary and they make you do their way or no way, and I can't do it. So
the list is a mile long, Dale.
I'm with Mitchell on this one. Sorry. You can iPhone your heart away, buddy. I am not switching.
Is he the only one with an iPhone?
No.
No.
It's the ones on top.
Yeah. Because the reason that I have one is because that's what I'm used to doing, and I can't learn new things easily. So if I got sent over to Android, that would screw my head up, and there would be meltdowns, and it's messy and it's ridiculous and not worth it. So I just get the same one. I just upgrade.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I think in reality, I mean, it's no different than anything else. Why do you like mayonnaise and Miracle Whip? It's because it's what you like. It's what you're used to. I mean, I get that, and I'm not really, honestly, I'm not knocking anybody that has iPhone, but I personally don't like it. So
Jesse says he's going to get the new Tesla phone.
And you know what? It's Android based. I will get it too.
Yeah.
boys and their gadgets. What else are you gonna do?
I don't care who makes it, to be honest, because they're all as bad as each other, and as long as it functions,
Well, true. Yeah,
I really don't
true.
give a flying rat's butt.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So I think it's Chris's turn.
It is. I have two questions.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do this one, and then I'll ask you the other one at the end. What is your most unexpected or unusual thing on your bucket list?
Most unexpected or most what on my bucket list?
Unusual.
On my bucket list?
On your bucket, something you want to do, but what is it that, most unusual or unexpected that we wouldn't think of you that you want to do?
Well, okay. I struggle with the bucket list. I've had this conversation with many people before. I don't usually do a bucket list because I get to a point where it's like, I know I'm not going to do that. Why put all the time and energy in it when I could be putting my time and energy into something else?
Let's change the question then to my other question that kind of fills in the same. So what is something that is about you that the rest of us don't know then? Like the most unusual or unexpected thing about you that you could share that maybe people don't know? Like you asked us a similar question, and I admitted out that I'm mostly deaf, so that's why I look at ASL and that kind of thing. What is something that people do not know about you that you think is most unusual or unexpected?
Luna.
Well, my nephew said he's a genius, so we'll go with that answer. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't find myself an unusual person. That's the thing. I mean, I don't.
That's why I asked this question, my friend.
Sit. You can be my dad, but you gotta sit.
I think the biggest thing, in all honesty, but it's not something nobody knows. I mean, you guys all know, especially after the questions you guys have asked me tonight. I look like a big, burly, berry, mean guy, and I'm not. I am the farthest thing from that. I'm compassionate and caring and understanding. And I will take the time usually to understand a person's situation before I'm jumping on them. Now, that doesn't mean, and I've used this comment several times, you can't fix stupid. So if it's stupid, it's stupid. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But I would be usually the first person to give somebody a chance or an opportunity. Now, most people wouldn't know that because my life was anything but that, if that makes any sense. I mean, we struggled. We didn't have any money. We lived in the worst houses ever I could think of. But it's what we were able to do. I mean, and so, from that, I learned how I did not want to do it. And without going in a lot of detail, I came on a thought process a long time ago. The only way you change something is to break the cycle. And I have broken many cycles in my life or my family's life. And so that, and I'm also Native American. So a lot of people, there's a lot of stereotypes out there about Native Americans that are so wrong, not true. But it is with everything. So
Good answer.
there's my answer.
All right.
All right, Mitchell.
You're taking bets in the comments that you're falling asleep.
God bless.
I know. I've seen him. I was watching Glenn over there. So, what is your biggest aspiration before YouTube started? What was your biggest aspiration, and what is it now that YouTube has started?
I think my biggest aspiration, obviously, was to finish. Here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the next president of the United States. That's the honesty of it.
See, that's
it is, but I never got there. So that's not something I look at. But I mean, that's what I did. I was on a road of going into campaigning and running for different offices. And when my schooling backfired, I had to reevaluate what I was going to do. And even at that point, I had even considered becoming a college teacher or instructor. But it just didn't work. And then life happened. But am I hurt by that? No, I'm not hurt by that because I wouldn't change what I have right now. I mean, I flat out, I would not change what I have. I am happy where I am. I'm happy with the woman I've been married to for 27 years. I love my kids, and it is what it is.
I hear success.
And I am that way. I mean, as far as my channel, I want people to know my channel. As the guy that got in there, helped out, does what he can do to help other people out, that's there to do what we as a group, as whatever genre we come from, we're working together. That's what I want my channel to be. I could give two craps, really, about monetization. I could give two craps about who my best friends are, because I already know who my friends are in this community. There's no guessing about it. And I wouldn't change up for a million things. I wouldn't. I mean, there's no way. So,
excellent.
Hopefully, sleepy dwarf, that woke you up and I answered your question.
Well, you're a robot again.
You answered the first part of it.
Yeah.
You answered the first part of it.
You didn't hear the first part of it? Oh,
no, you answered the first.
You answered the first. There's two parts.
I forgot. What was the second part?
Yeah. So since you weren't able to do that, so what's your biggest aspiration now? Like what's your goal? No, it can be channel or.
Bye, Glenn.
Bye, Glenn.
Or
I want to be the best human being I can be. I want to be the best dad I can be, and I want to be the best husband I can be. The rest of it doesn't matter. The rest of it is not important to me. If I can't complete those three things in my life, then I failed tremendously, because they're easy to do if I'm caring and willing to listen to people and let their emotions and their points of view be part of the process. I'll make it. There ain't no issue.
Awesome. All right, I got to give him this. Here you go.
Yes.
There you go, Tony. No more crying.
Okay. So We still got 6 minutes until
All right, you
an
gotta
hour
hold
and
your
a half.
up again.
If you guys, there, how's that?
No,
Better?
you're being a robot again.
Here? Hello?
No.
We can hear you, but you're a robot.
Hello? How's that?
He needs a new Android.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, that's so cool.
Is it any better out here?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
You're
Sorry.
perfect.
I said we still got 5 minutes left. If you guys want to ask another question, I'll go ahead and we'll hold on for one more question.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I've got one.
Questions,
I got one.
Okay. Yep.
If you could time travel, where would you go?
Ooh.
He did this to us, didn't he?
I know he did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. It is a valid question. I would actually, it depends on whether I can go with what I know or not to go with what I know. Because if it's with what I do know, I would want to go back in time.
Okay.
If it's that I can't take what I don't know, I'd want to go in the future because regardless, that change is going to be different than what I know. So,
All right, I'm looking through my list here that I've
Sorry.
got. Do you have another one, Blue?
Off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to pull one off the top of my head. Okay, if you could be any Jelly Belly flavor, what would it be?
Oh, Jelly Belly. I thought you were talking
Jelly
about
Belly.
Birdie Bots.
No, not Birdie Bots because they're different in every country. Okay, absolutely, completely
I would-
different in every country. So yeah,
Okay.
Jelly
okay.
Bellies. Jelly Bellies.
I would be a popcorn flavored Jelly Belly.
Really?
Nice.
No.
Yep.
All right.
That's the one I'd go with.
Cool.
Dale, you got one?
Oslander says that they still remembers the name of the horse that won in 1984 in the Melbourne Cup. He would make some bets.
Okay.
All right, Dale, do you have another question? Because if not, I've got my last one on my
No,
list.
you ask.
Go
Okay.
for it.
You and your wife are traveling.
What about Mitchell? Does Mitchell have one?
Sleep. Isn't Mitchell asleep?
Yes, he's got his eyes. He's doing a dumbbell. He's asleep with his eyes open.
Uh,
Do you have another question? Mitchell?
okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go.
What country what countries have you visited, and which ones would you go back to if you have?
Well, I've only been to Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. So I would actually, I mean, out of those, I would love to go back to Canada because I think there's so much historical stuff there to look at. Mexico's too hot; doesn't interest me. So.
All right.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yes. Kris?
All right. You want my last question?
Your last
You-
and final.
My
bestest
last and
effort,
final.
Yes.
Okay. You're turning into a robot again, my friend. Okay.
Well, here.
I don't know what to tell you. No.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you do. Everybody loves to tell
We
me.
can hear you. You just sound like a robot. You're like,
Oh, God.
Like watching Futurama.
Exactly.
right?
No, it's
All right,
worse
well,
because the
I have a
robots don't know how to
question
talk properly.
We'll
Sorry.
let him talk like a robot through the question. Okay, you and your wife are traveling. What foreign country are you going to, and what sightseeing is the most important for you there? Like, what do you want to see?
I have always been interested and wanted to go to Germany. That's where I want to go. I want to look at the history of it. I want to see the sights of it, everything. And actually, I got to be honest with you, and I'm actually shocked that Blue didn't call me out on that one. I would love to go to England and do the same thing. See the sights and the sceneries and the landscape and the people and all that. I think would be awesome.
Excellent.
Germany's a good answer. I like it.
I've always wanted to go see the pyramids. I think that would just be a phenomenal place to see how big they are compared to people.
They're huge.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
It's an awful place to go as a tourist now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Absolutely the worst place on the planet.
I'm sure.
They treat you like criminals from the second you put foot in the airport.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
It is awful.
Just would love to see that. That would be.
I did like
I'm
Australia.
kind of like
Australia was nice.
I'm kind of like Auslander. I want to go to Australia and New Zealand both. I want to go to
Tasmania.
The Steve Irwin Zoo. I would love to go if I went to Australia to go see the zoo.
There's better ones.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I grew up with Steve Irwin on television and that kind of thing. I think that's
the honesty of it. I mean, because he does make a valid point. When I was growing up, it was always about Americans wanting to go to Australia. I don't think there's actually too many countries I wouldn't want to go to, but Egypt is not one of them. I have no desire to go to Egypt whatsoever. And a lot of where I would want to go to is the way they treat their people, because Bloo is right on the spot. There are some countries out there they'd rather kill you than just walk through the borders. I mean, that's just the way they are. So
Gotcha.
All right. So we're at an hour and 31 minutes. Do you guys feel like you got enough questions in?
Yeah.
So you're still robot-y right now.
Yeah, but we love you anyway. We're not judging your life choices.
How about that? Is that any better?
No.
I'm telling you, you need a new phone.
Okay. Do I?
You need a new phone. Not an Apple phone.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. You guys succeeded quite well in your questioning. I appreciate that.
And we didn't embarrass
you too much.
No.
Yeah, but I don't think it was about embarrassing. I think it was about getting to know and roles reversed. That's all I was after. So
he warned us. Will, he warned us.
I did. All right, guys. If you want to hang around for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate it. I hope you got a little bit of info. Get to know me a little better. That was great. I had a lot of fun with that. So thank you for coming around. We'll be back to normal ways and not dark pitch black out here. And thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Thank you to the mods that did come in and help us out. We appreciate it. And until next time, guys, have a great day.